Kelly Dale with Off the Beaded Path, and today is your Must Know Monday for Monday, October the 2nd. So today I'm going to be showing you a new brick stitch earring design that is a cancer awareness ribbon. Now I know I've done brick stitch patterns before and showed you on these, but there's one little trick to these to make them work out right that I want to be able to show you. So to make these earrings today, you're going to need 1 gram of a size 11 black delica, 1 gram of a size metallic pink delica. Now, the metallic pink is going to be for the awareness ribbon. So if you don't necessarily want to make these for breast cancer awareness, you can make these whatever color awareness ribbon you would like them to use. Just be sure and use that color of delica. You're also going to need about 1.5 grams of a size 11 white delica, as well as 2 yards of a 6-pound thread. Now, 1 yard will be for each earring, and you can use a 4-pound fire line, a 6-pound fire line. You can use the 1G, whatever you want to use. You're going to need 1 size 12 beading needle and 1 pair of ear hooks. So go ahead and get your materials together and we'll get started. So here is the earrings actually finished so that you can see those. The finished size is about a little over a 1/2 inch wide and about from the very top to the bottom about 1 inch long. So you can make these into earrings, you can make this into a little charm, whatever you want to. But what I've done is I've actually taken my little pattern and I've blown it up so it'll be a little easier to see. Now when I start, you can start in the widest part or you can start on either end. You will be increasing up to the middle and then decreasing to the top, or vice versa, whichever you choose. I like to actually do this so I can take an ink pen and mark off my rows as I do it. But to get started, we are going to be doing these bottom 2 black beads. So I've got my needle threaded with 1 yard of thread, and I'm going to go ahead, put on my two 11s, bring those down, and I just want to leave a short tail, only about 3 inches. And then I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to go back up through the first bead that I added in that set of 2. And I'm going to hold on to that bead so that when I pull down, now my 2 black beads will sit side by side. And I'm going to try and zoom in a little here for you. There we go. Now I'm going to go down through the second bead and I'm going to hold these beads as I go down through it so it'll keep my tension well. Then I'm going to go back up through that first bead again, and again I'm going to hold those beads as I pull the thread straight up so that it looks just like this. So now I've done that row. The next row is an increase row, and it's going to be black, white, and black. So I'm going to pick up a black and a white delica, and I'm going to go under the thread between the 2 delicas that I had added in this first row. And I'm going to go up through the second bead, which was the white bead here. And I'm going to put my thumb on that and pull that thread straight up to keep that nice and tight. Now you can see there is a 3rd bead on the row, which is the black one. So I'm going to pick up my black delica, and I'm going to go under the same thread bridge that I just went under. So you can't really see it, but it's under there, under that white bead. And then I'm going to pull that thread and go up through the bead I just added. Now as I do that, again, I'm going to put my finger on it and pull that straight up so that this is what you have. So now I've completed this row. The next row is where it gets a little bit tricky because it's got an increase, but then it has an extra bead as well with that increase. So to do this little extra increase, I'm going to pick up my black, I'm going to skip this first bead, and I'm going to pick up the black and the white bead first. So the black bead and the white bead. And I'm going to go under that first thread bridge. It's an increase row, so under the first thread bridge here, I'm going to pull this thread and then go back up through the second bead, which was the white bead. I'm going to put my finger on it and pull those threads straight up. Now, we need to come back and we need to add this little pink bead here. So to do that, I'm going to go down through the black bead, pull that thread all the way through. Now I'm going to pick up a pink bead or whatever color you're going to use for your awareness, and I'm going to come right back down through that same black bead that I'm currently coming out of so that it makes a circle. And I'm actually going to turn it so that it's just easier for me to work with. So it should lay side by side next to the black bead. Now if I can leave this, but I want to reinforce this, so I'm going to come right back through the pink bead again. I'm going to put my finger on it and hold it. Then I'm going to come down through the black bead, put my finger on it, and this just holds the tension for what you're doing. And then back up through the white bead here. And what that does is that adds my bead and gets me right back into the same position that I was in to continue the row. Now that row has 2 white beads here, so I've got to add one more. So I'm going to pick up one white bead, go under the next thread bridge, which is that last thread bridge for the row. Now I still have a black bead and a pink bead left here for the row. So I'm going to do my increase. So I'm going to pick up the black bead and I'm going to go under the thread between the black and the white bead here on the previous row. And then up through my black bead. But now I've still got that pink bead that I have to add. So I'm going to pick up my pink bead. My thread is coming out of the top of the delica here. So I'm going to come right back up through that same delica to make a circle. And again, I want to reinforce this. So I'm going to come down through the pink bead and then back up through the black bead. So now that finishes out this increase row. I'm coming out of my black bead here, and as you can see, my next row is a pink, 3 white, and a pink. So from where I'm coming out, I'm going to pick up a pink and a white. I'm going to go under the very same thread bridge between this black bead and this white bead. Okay, so I'm not doing anything over here. I'm just coming out of the black bead and going under that thread bridge right between the black bead and the white bead. Go up through the second bead, which is going to be that white one. Then I'm going to have a white, a white, and then a pink. Last bead on the row is the pink. So at this point, I am done with this row, and I'm ready to just continue my increasing brick stitch. So my next row is the black, pink, 2 whites, a pink, and a black. So to do that for the increase, I've got black and pink. Those are going to be the 2 beads that I pick up in the beginning. And I'm going to go under the very thread bridge, or this very first one, right between the 2 beads my thread is exiting. Go up through the pink bead. And then I'll put on a white, a white, then a pink, And each time when you're doing the increase, the first thing you're doing is adding 2 beads. And even on a decrease, you're doing that. But then after that, you're only picking up 1 bead. Okay, so I'm gonna do my increase for this row as well. So I've got my black bead. I'm coming under the same thread bridge that I did to add this pink bead. So this is what I have so far. That completes the next row. So at this point, I'm going to be working an increase for 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows. So I'll leave this on the screen just a second so you can see. For this row, I'll be adding a black, a white, a pink, a white, a pink, a white, and a black. The next row will be a black, 2 white, 2 pink, 2 white, and a black. The next row is a black, 3 white, a pink, 3 white, and a black. And then the last increase row is a black, 3 white, 2 pink, 3 white, and 1 black. So once you get to this point in the pattern, you'll now be working a decrease row until you get to the top. So to work a decrease row is fairly easy. My row here is going to be a black, 2 white, a pink, a white, a pink, 2 white, and a black. So I'm going to start off with my black and white bead just like I normally would here. Like I would be working an increase, except for instead of going under the first thread bridge, I'm going to be going under the second thread bridge. So when we increase, we go under the first bridge. When we decrease, we're going to go under that second bridge. Go up through the second bead you added. But now when you do this on a decrease row, your little beads here, your 2 beads that you just added, are going to sit very wonky and not straight. So to make them straight, we have to go down through the first bead, which is going to be that black bead here, and then up through the second bead, which is my white bead, and pull that thread straight up, and now you can see that makes those beads sit perfectly straight. So now the next bead on my row is white, so I'm gonna add that, and then pink, and take everything on your tray with you. That is requisite. There we go. Then white, pink, white, white, and then a black one. Now, as you can see, we decreased by 1 bead here on the end, and then we're not going to be adding any more beads on the end. We stopped with this last bead. So you can see now how this row has decreased and looks a little bit different. So we continue the decrease all the way up until we've got down to just 2 black beads. So again, I'm going to do one more row for you to show you this decrease method. So my first 2 beads, again, are going to be a black and a white. So instead of going under the first thread bridge, I'm going to come under the second thread bridge, go up through the second bead. Now again, your beads will sit wonky and not sit straight, so we have to go down through the first bead and then up through the second bead. The next one for the row is pink, then 2 white, then a pink, a white, and then the last one for the row will be a black bead. And when you do these decreases, make sure, like right there, make sure you don't get your thread caught. So far, this is what I've got. That finishes up this row here. I can mark it off. So that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more decrease rows. So the next row will be black, white, pink, white, black, then black, white, pink, white, black, then black, white, black, black, white, black, black, white, black, and then the very last row will just be 2 black beads. So just continue your decrease to finish out the component. Once you have your decrease rows completed, then you're ready to add the little loop here for the top. So I've added 6 size 15 seed beads. I'm coming out of one delica here at the top, and I'm just going to go straight down through the very next one. So it looks just like this. Then I'm going to come back up through that delica and then through all 6 of these beads to reinforce. Now you can do that several times to reinforce. It doesn't matter. And then what I'm going to do, once I do this, I don't like to make any knots actually in this project, because every knot that you make, you're going to see it. So I like to just go down through my beads and get rid of some of this thread. And you can also lock the thread in place by going through the bead right next to it. So like I'm coming out of this black bead, so I can come through the white bead right next to it and then back down through that black bead again, and that kind of locks that thread into place. So then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutters and trim that thread. And you can also use your zappers and zap the little thread. And then I'm going to thread my needle onto the end here. And I'm going to take this thread. It's coming out of one bead, so I'm going to take and I'm just going to work the thread through the beads on that side. And then I'm going to trim this thread so that now you have your finished piece. So you can do like I've done, and you can actually add them to ear hooks to make a really cute earring. You can make it a bag charm, whatever you want to do. This is just a really simple brick stitch awareness
So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make the brick stitch awareness ribbon earrings or charm. You can find this pattern for free on my website, which is offthebeadedpathbeadstore.com. I only ask that you please do not make these and sell for profit. If you're going to make these, please make these and donate these or sell these to donate the money to a cause. There are so many families who are affected by the different types of cancer that could use this money, and there are so many different causes that could use this money to help further research and all of that kind of stuff. I did want you to know that we will have kits available for sale on our website, which is offthebeadedpathbeadstore.com, and half the price from every kit sold this month is going to go to the Look Good, Feel Good program of Rutherford County. I also wanted to let you know about a special promotion that we're having this week, which will be October the 1st through the 7th on my website,
which is if you go on the website and you place a physical order to actually be shipped to you, or you come in the store and shop and purchase something, you are going to get the pattern for my new candy stripe earrings just in time for the Halloween season completely for free. So that way that'll give you a brand new another brick stitch pattern with the increasing and decreasing to give it a try. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.